good evening, good morning, and for the International Poetry Session. And today we have wonderful dear friends of mine joining me. And we are across continents, different time zones. That's because poetry has a way of dissolving borders and stitching souls together across time and geography. Poetry is the passport, stamped by emotion, valid in every language, honored on every shore. Across continents, poetry whispers the same longing to be seen, to be heard, and to be held. Verses cross oceans, not by ship, but by heartbeats. In the silence between syllables, strangers become kin. Poetry is the thread that binds a child in Kolkata, where we have Neelam from, to a dreamer in Cairo, a widow in Warsaw, to a singer in New Jersey, because Jasjot is a singer. Borders may divide land, but poetry flows like wind, unclaimed, uncontained, and understood. So having said this about International Poetry Session under the Literary Warriors Group, events that we organize on regular basis, because we want to be staying connected with people across borders and we look forward to a borderless society, I invite each one of you and those who will join us later or those who are online, we thank you for joining us. Let me start with Jasjot Anand from New Jersey, also known as Jyoti. Jasjot Anand transforms pain into poetry, her journey a sung melody of hope, healing and becoming. With every word and brush stroke, she celebrates the power of now and the promise of yet to unfold. So Jyoti, I want to introduce you formally after my small two-liner on you. So Jyoti holds a master's degree and an MPhil in English literature. As an educator, she strongly believes in the process of being to becoming by continuously evolving. Author of her memoir, I Am the Sung Melody, My Journey of Hope and Transformation Through Chemotherapy, she weaves her recent journey in life through text and visual representation. She values the power of now, the power of yet, and the power of never ceasing to explore. Spurts and splashes of her poems and short stories can be found in various collections, and I'm proud to say she's been proud of a few anthologies I have worked on myself. So I invite you, Jyoti, to render your poem, and it is on Matter is of Substance, it is invaluable. The poem Continuum is a shout out to the power and energy in even the infinitesimal particle. It is a song to infinity. Inviting you, Jyoti, to render your poem, The Continuum. Over to you. Jyoti, you may need to unmute. Jyoti, please unmute.
I thought I did. Can I be heard?
Yes, now we hear you.
Right. Hello, everyone. And Neelam, thank you so much for offering this nook for all the unheard melodies to be heard and sung. And Rupa, thank you for being such a wonderful, witty, and charming host that you always are. Continue. Just bring that up. Yes. Sorry. Here it goes. So the poem is called Continuum. Continuum is an ode to the Mother Earth, the generator of life. It's a song sung by the smallest particle which has the life-giving force. Continuum. I am that first primordial sound, the unheard nad, that is still reverberating and resonating. I'm chiming, pealing, and pulsating in the air, water, and the earth. I am that first drop of nectar that is still flowing through centuries, millennia, and ages. I am the rivers, the oceans, the lakes, the waterfalls. I am that first ray of sunshine that is still warming, shining, propagating. I am the flowers, plants, and life. I am the nature. I am the creator, and I am the creation. I am the beginning. I am the end to new beginnings. The journey spanning eons, merging and converging to infinity when the stifling confines of space and time disappear. Between permanence and annihilation is the continuum. The impermanence dropping the frame of Gaia and Chronos. I am in you, and you are in me. I'm the universe, and the universe is me. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Indeed, Jyoti, and we all are one, no matter where we are located, and our thoughts, our emotions, all of our essence and spirituality connects us. So thank you for sharing such a wonderful creation with us.
Can I say something, Rupa?
Now it is my privilege to... Go ahead, Shail, please do.
Yeah. Jyoti, we could see India and the globe in your poem. And and you saying, no, I am the creator, I am the creation. That's the best thing, ever about a person ever existing on this earth. It unites people from all races, all kinds of beliefs and communities. So, a beautiful poem.
Thank you. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you.
And we have Mandira Ghosh, who says it's wonderful. And Neelam, of course, says she loves the infinity angle, and so do each one of us. So thank you once again, Jyoti. And now it is my privilege to invite dear friend Juhi Gupte. And we haven't done too many event sessions together, but I have been following her many events that she conducts for LWG. Juhi revives forgotten verses, weaving Hindi and English into timeless bloom. From Amalthas to Albania, her words wander wide, anchoring hearts in poetry's room. So those are my couple of lines on her before I introduce her formally. She hails from India, a literal bibliophile. She loves to ink her thoughts in English and Hindi, constantly striving to work on lost forms of poetry to be brought to today's readers. Her first poetry collection, Amalthas Ka Anchal, was unveiled at Sahitya Academy in 2023. She has been deft in anchoring LWG events online and at prestigious centers like NCPA and Yashada. Her poems are published and recognized in several international anthologies globally. She caters as editor to anthologies and blogs as well. She's been recently awarded at national level as Poet of the Year by a prestigious media group. And congratulations on that, dear Juhi. And I invite you to render your wonderful poem on your school days, Blue Pinafore. Over to you, Juhi.
Thank you so much, Rupa, and it's equally wonderful to be with you, sharing the frame after a long time, and with all of you, rather. So I would take back you all to the school days, and the title of my poem is Blue Pinafore, because that was my school uniform those days. Yawn, grab the satchel and yell a goodbye. Roll down the sleeves and knot the tie. Greet and impress the teacher on the bus. Line up, crow the prayers, nod and yes. To the talk of the day, uninterestingly. in those 40 minutes of assembly hall. Cheering bestie, whining after A plus and all. Biting nails for the Avogadro number. Zars of October would be in slumber. Friend bands. Friend bands were a nuclear treaty. Qualms about attaining puberty. Saintly were the ridges and mounds. Deep concerns over carbon accounts. I admired Kepler's and Maxwell's, Dinkar and Dushan's casting spells, smitten by the first love's look, coupling our names on the notebook, dreaming onto these unknown realms, summing up to the class photograph. Hermione, give me your time turner. I'll poke myself in blue pinafore. This is it.
You took us back to the school days, and we all cling on to the school uniforms, those of us who had it. My children don't have school uniforms, and I really think they are missing out on something. So this is beautiful. Love it.
Thank you. That was a very lighter one, unconventional of me rather.
And such a wonderful reminder of where we all come from and what we went through in life.
Yes.
We have Mandira saying very true, Shalini saying hi, wonderful, and Mausur saying lovely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, can I say something again?
Please do, Shail.
Yeah, that was wonderful. In just one go, you've made all of us here, all those of us who are there on this panel, reading, observing, hearing, and the people listening to us, go in flashback mode to our school days. So that was a very sweet poem. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Glad you liked it.
May I say something, Rupa?
Please do, Jyoti.
Especially the coupling of names. Yeah, that stands out because we were there, just use
all of us, I guess. All of us, yes.
That was, I think, wonderful.
Hope our first love will be watching too. So
let's hope so. And thank you so much, Juhi. This was really nice and a lovely nostalgic session for us. And I take this opportunity to invite Shail. Shail paints with words and voice, her art flowing through decades of media, poetry, and prose. A cultural chronicler and lyrical soul, she bridges tradition and modernity with eloquence and grace. So, Shail, I am delighted that you and I are doing this event together. You are a poet, freelance journalist, copy editor, voice actor, and artist, with over 3 decades of writing experience for newspapers, magazines, radio, TV, and internet. You've been the cultural correspondent for India's first integrated media and entertainment company, Plus Channel. You've written the course material for postgraduate program in advertising and PR for Madurai Kamraj University. You've been a coach of communicative English. Your poems, short stories, articles are published in leading magazines and anthologies. Your first poem is on memory capsules, which needs no description or no details. Over to you on memory capsules. Welcome, Shail.
Thank you very much, Rupa, for that very generous kind of description about me. Thank you very much. Memory capsules. Although it was she who woke me up like clockwork every day, washed, ironed my uniform, packed my lunch, made sure I had my red cardigan on, suffering pangs of anxiety until I reached back home. It was my father who judged my report card, wondering whether my life was heading. Why did I want to learn dancing when school was for studying? Why I wished to watch television in a neighbor's house when all I could have done is ask him. All this while, my mother sat with me unfailingly as I did my homework, forced me to eat spinach to become strong and smart, purchased Amachitra Katha every month to interest me in history and words simultaneously, working with me on my maths tables too, even as father tutored me in all things required of a young lady of a certain status. I was all of 9, remember? Like writing flawless letters to my cousin brothers annually, wishing them for Raksha Bandhan with little wristbands, working on my manners until it was time to leave, bag and baggage, to another home, while 2 parents huddled together, watching their little princess cross the threshold to brighten another universe, leaving them behind with comics, grades, manners, and sunshine, caught in memory capsules they gulped down every other day. Thank you.
Wow. I'm sure those beautifully, impeccably written notes annually to your cousins are still being preserved and are relics with them today. And I'm sure all those manners which have been taught, you could have just asked your dad and not watched TV, and they still hold you in good stead. So, congratulations on a beautiful childhood. And we have Mandira saying very nice. Neelam saying loved your poem, Juhi. Neelam saying love your enthusiasm, Shail. And Anuradha says beautiful ensemble, Rupa, Neelam Saxena. And thank you to each one of you who've joined us. So anyone wants to say anything on Shail's poem before I invite Neelam next?
I mean,
Mandira
it
says
was.
kudos.
So
Go ahead,
I first of all loved the performance, the rendition part of it. Wish I could get this kind of throw. And one day when you were saying that I anchor well, I would have to learn a lot from her. And of course, the wordplay, the message, of course, the situation which she described, it was entirely something I can resonate with. Thank you so much for this treat.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Juhi, and thank you again, Shail. And all of us are in the learning mode. We learn from each other. And I think this platform, LWG, provides us with amazing opportunities for learning, for evolving, growing, and teaching each other. So, indeed, a wonderful event to have all of us together here. And now I turn to Neelam's quill dances between Hindi and English, crafting worlds in verse, story, and song. A laureate of hearts and records, her words echo with the grace of Gulzar and the legacy of legends. We all know Neelam Saxena as this very busy, yet who makes time for everyone, and a humble, grounded human being, is a celebrated bilingual author writing in English and Hindi. She has authored 6 novels, 9 short story collections, 47 poetry collections, and 15 children's books and counting, a 3-time Limca Book of Records holder. She has won Sohanlal Dwivedi Puraskar, Premchand Award, Rabindranath Tagore International Poetry Award, Setu Award for Excellence, Rural International Lifetime Award, and many, many more. She has received the Freedom Award for Lyrics and Recognition from American Embassy, presented by none other than the Gulzar Sahab. And in 2014, Forbes India listed her among India's 78 most popular authors. Her first poem today is titled Might, which is a reflective verse about people worshipping rivers, etc., for their might and comparing to humans. Over to you, Neelam.
Thank you, dear Rupa, for those kind words. So, just near my house, about 100 steps away, is River Hooghly, and it has become my husband and my passion to go and sit there, have tea on the jetty. So, a lot of poems are, taking shape in my mind over there. So, this is one of them. Poem, as Rupa said, is titled Might. In ancient times, the ruminative humans might have figured that a river is extremely powerful and men and women are helpless creatures before it. They might have defenselessly bowed before it and named it as a prominent deity. But do all powerful things become God? But do all powerful things become God? What about tyrannical men? If you see the history that you read, men earned power either by descent, wealth, or might, and often began to threaten others to coercion. The populace, in realization of their own helplessness, started worshipping them as God and followed their diktats without questioning. The tyrants smile with cruelty written on their face. The followers see it but don't acknowledge, aware of their helplessness, unless and until they become victims themselves. The rivers and trees and air, worshipped and revered for their strength, are might personified, but they treat everyone equally. Humans are gullible creatures, and mighty men are susceptible to all possible allurements. Some other mighty man may use these alluring tricks to make them feeble and helpless, and the battle continues. So, this was my poem. Hope you liked it.
We have Anu saying, lovely poem and smile. She says, stunning women power. Sadbir ji, our dear, very beloved Sadbir ji says, I enjoy all these meets. Anu says, I couldn't agree more about Neelam Saxena's humility. Well introduced, Rupa Rao. Shashikala says, Rupa, your intros are remarkable. And she goes on to say, each poem rendered here is so relatable and heartwarming. Thank you for your wonderful comments, each one of you who's here. And Neelam, your poem talks about multiple things here. This is a layered, nuanced verse.
It's my right to interrupt you now.
Yes.
It's my right to interrupt you now, Rupa. So let me introduce our beautiful host for the day, Rupa Rao. Rupa Rao holds an MBA degree and a law degree. She is an admin at LWG and chief coordinator for International Academy of Ethics. Her writings are featured in multiple global poetry anthologies, magazines, and literary platforms. She juggles writing, hosting poetry sessions with chats online with author, poet, artists. She's into nature walks, yoga, and constantly seeks to nurture her soul. She has co-authored, curated, and edited 1 prose, 7 poetry anthologies. She has edited 1 novella and 1 poetry anthology for Writer Friends. That's so wonderful. And we'll name the writers as time comes. Let me say 4 lines as usual. In storms of life, we hold our ground, though fears may roar and doubts abound. For calm resolve keeps hope from slip. That's why we keep a stiff upper lip. What's your take on stiff upper lip, Rupa? We would love to hear it in the form of a poem.
Thank you so very much, Neelam. And it's only you who every time comes up with these 4-liners. And when I did my 2-3-liners for people, by the way, it was a takeaway from you. So thank you for teaching by leading by example. So let's go on to the stiff upper lip. The smartest of wisest tip is to keep a stiff upper lip. Avoid running, loose gossipy fib. Ban spread of rumors due to ego trip. Meaningless verbosity is not hip. Truth, cool aid of honesty is the ideal sip. Allow not shallow, faking, opining, nip, divine grace rains on negativity dip, embrace sans judgment, overword whip from toxicity, switch on light with mind flip, let rain silence, unless, let rain silence, unless words are nicer to say, articulate kindness, blessings for everyone who can pray. Thank you. And I want to thank those who are here with us. And Mandira says, hope for women. Anu says, beautiful. Neelam Saxena. Anu says, stiff upper lip. Well, each one of us have this. Indeed,
Yeah,
we do.
Rupa,
Don't we? Yes, Shail.
I think you are the empress of rhyme for this first round because amidst your rhyming words, you have conveyed a message as well as written a poem.
Thank you so much, Shail, for commenting. Much appreciate your encouragement. And I, again, want to share with you the words of Brene Brown. She says, the dark does not destroy the light, it defines it. It's our fear of the dark that casts our joy into the shadows. And today, when we are surrounded by so many turbulences around us in the form of famines, floods, wars, hunger, you name it, so much happening around us. The poetry sessions we conduct may not change anything, but it is a moment to share our empathy and send prayers to those corners where light is needed. And we want to thank LWG platform and Neelam for this opportunity where we get together and share our thoughts and emotions. Let me share with you a few events that happened on August 12th over the years. In 1099, Battle of Ascalon happened where Crusader forces under Godfrey of Bouillon won the final battle of First Crusade. In 1765, Treaty of Allahabad. The British East India Company formally began its rule in India after signing this treaty with Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. In 1851, Isaac Singer patented the sewing machine, revolutionizing the garment industry. In 1877, Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, a groundbreaking leap in sound recording. In 1941, FDR and Churchill, they met in Newfoundland to draft the Atlantic Charter, shaping post-World War II peace efforts. And peace efforts is what we need more and more of across borders. In 1946, Indian National Congress formed interim government, a key step toward independence, laying groundwork for the transfer of power from British rule. In 1961, construction of the Berlin Wall began, dividing East and West Berlin for 3 long, painful decades. In 1985, Japan Airlines Flight 123 crashed, the deadliest single aircraft accident in history. In 1990, discovery of Sioux, the most complete Tyrannosaurus rex skeleton was found in South Dakota. And now is my privilege once again, Jyoti, to invite you to render your second poem, which would be touching on nature, on bloom. Is that what we are going to talk about? And over to you on the poem Full Bloom, which is a celebration of all the important milestones in life. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you. In full bloom, it's all about the second innings. Worrying about not missing the boat, one forgets to acknowledge the importance of the momentous life events. Once bitten, twice shy. So the same mistake doesn't get repeated again for the second time. In full bloom, it proclaims and it gives due credit to those milestones. In full bloom, childhood, youth, adolescence, tweening, teening to adulthood, as stations left behind on a fast-moving train. Each station a learning curve, a building block, passing many junctions and tracks of thought. Natural progression in succession, graduating queues, columns, and ranks, leaving the training wheels behind, stepping onto solid ground. Invisible destination beckoning to jump both feet in, sometimes grit, sometimes gruel, mostly shrinking, play by the rule. Destiny pulling the chain to a sudden halt, head spinning with jolts, feet in frozen tracks. The birth of spring heralding new innings to play. Each station this time around touched, tasted, heard, seen, and smelt abound. Thank you.
So reading
Lovely.
a
That
few
was lovely.
comments which I missed. Sorry, go ahead, Shail. Let's hear you, and then
No.
I'll read out a few comments.
No problem. No, I was saying that was lovely, and like the first one, this was something different, but then it kind of took you along with it, with the flow of your thoughts. So that was lovely. It was written very well.
Indeed, very well written. And we have Neelam commenting saying it's a lovely poem. And I'm just going back a little bit. Allow me, indulge me to read out a few comments, starting with Neelam, who says, loved your poem, Rupa. Anu says, superb and well said, Rupa. Mandira says, beautiful. Gayatri, thank you so much for being here. Lokesh, you as well. And Mandira says, thank you all. Anu says, wow, historical research. You are a comparing queen, my friend. Thank you, Anu, my friend. Shashi says, these nuggets of info are like a crown of the session. Wow, thank you so much. That is so much appreciated. And Neelam says, Jyoti, a poem of depth. Indeed, Jyoti, a poem very deep. Anu says, thank you, LWG, to give us a feminine togetherness globally. You rock, Neelam Saxena. Indeed, you do, Neelam, for us all, and it is such a pleasure. And I invite dear Juhi to touch upon, I think, body shaming. The Pratham is the poem that Juhi is going to render in her second round. Over to you, Juhi.
Thank you so much, Rupa ma'am. So before I start on the poem, because it's a very tiny one, I would also remind all of us today is National Librarian Day in India. So for the love of books, for the people who shelve it properly, happy Librarian Day to the librarians around who makes sure that we read properly. So the Pratham is like it's given that it's Ganesha's other name, as he's always the first and the unrivaled god. So here's my take on it. Loose pot belly. Loose pot belly, a broken tooth. Rat for a ride, arrives the ace. Aura and pride, galor and grace. To banish, body shaming. Long tusk smiles, unrivaled, worshipped, the wisdom, the Pratham. So this is my
Short,
take on it.
sweet,
And our deities
beautiful.
have always a purpose to dress like something, to banish something.
And such an important point, I think, today amongst the youngsters, it's more prominent where body shaming, no matter how it is, everybody has to look at themselves and talk about it. It's so important to give a voice to things that are destroying the spirit of the youngsters today. So thank you
Yes.
for a beautiful, important verse.
Thank you.
And Anu
Yes,
says,
and
thank you. Wonderful poem, Jyoti, heartwarming. And Neelam says, good, you talked about this important point, Juhi.
yeah, it's very important. You took very few words to describe or portray and something happening in our society which shouldn't. So I really appreciate the fact that you took little to describe something big. Very nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
This is called return on investment. So
Yeah.
lot of Yeah, thank you so much once again, Juhi. And now, Shail, I invite you. No gender masiha needed. Such an important topic again to talk about. So over to you, Shail.
Thank you, Rupa. Before I begin, I need to tell Neelam that you are the star for any city you join, because wherever you go, you take a ride, whether it's an urban city or it's the Hooghly River, and you come up with such promising emotional poems. So actually, we are the ones who are the winners because we receive it all. Okay, back to my poem. No gender messiah needed. There are times when I want to whip you up, make an almond banana milkshake out of you. At other times, I want to roll a smooth wheat chapati out of you, round as a moon, ready to be folded, rolled until it mixes in the tasty curry, placed gently into my mouth to melt into luscious nothingness. Am I alone in feeling aggressive and gentle together, or one after the other? Born woman, why do I spin like a ball on the finger of a footballer? Is it erroneous of me to behave the opposite of this 5-element molded mechanism, which is female? Is it spurious of me to want to be within you while my body dictates your vital energy to be within me? If Shiva and Shakti can be revered for being Ardhanarishwar, why should I be embossed, physical or otherwise, into a gender? Why should I be embossed, physical or otherwise, into a gender? Wrap me not with your conditioned wrappings. Free me from society's pathetic trappings. Free me from society's pathetic trappings. I need none to plead my case, devouring off my discomfort. Leave the kids alone. They require no gender messiah. Thank you.
I think in so much of
Old one.
confusion
Yes.
around us, especially with the younger generation and resistance from the older generation, there is so much of non-acceptance and judgment involved in the gender play that happens day in, day out, behind closed doors and in open publicly. I think we really, really need to look inside of us, at each other, and revive what is important. Respect each other no matter the gender, fluid or one or second, because there's not only two genders, but more than two. That's what is being talked about here. So thank you, Shail, for again a very, very important subject. And Neelam says, in love with your poem, Shail. Anu says, loose belly, haha, that's our sexy symbol. Thank you, Anu. And that was for Juhi's poem, of course. Any comment, Neelam, on Shail's poem? Of course, you've written, but again, before I invite you, Jyoti, you want to say anything about Shail's poem?
Just that very important topics, and very gently, it conveys the message from the big belly, pot belly, and we revere its reverence for Lord Ganesha, and I think it is a very good way to, for the older generation, like you said, there is resistance, and then because you have to be a certain way, you have to look a certain about body shaming, and so I think it's one way to convey the message for all the resistance that's out there, that hey, on the one hand we worship and all, and here we are doing quite the opposite of that. And then
Yes.
to the gender fluidity, I mean, these are the hot topics. So I think a great platform to nudge very gently, to get the message across. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you.
And LWG takes pride in the fact that it's a platform that gives an outlet to anyone with a voice and those without voices as well. And silence needs the loudest voice, and here LWG tries to do it. So thank you for touching on topics that matter, each one of you. And those who are listening in, for your support and for the comments and this encouragement from all of you. Neela, from the point of view of a ship, what is it about optimism that touches you? Let's talk about that. Over to you.
Thank you, Rupa. First of all, I would like to say that I'm really, really enjoying this meet. All the poets are so wonderful, and the poems being rendered, every poem is either very touching or speaks about something very important. So, really, really enjoying being here. So coming to my poem, before coming to Kolkata, I didn't know that there's one London Bridge is falling down here also.
Yeah.
Like there's a patch when I come from my office to my house. There's a bridge which opens either for the traffic or for the ships. So while I was going one day and it was open for the vehicles, I saw a ship standing there. So I just thought what that ship must be thinking. And the poem is written from the ship's point of view. Optimism. The ardent amber of the spirited sky is fading. The benign birds are twittering, filled with ecstasy of reaching their homes. Men and women returning from office in a hurry to reach home early are honking continuously. An old man is irritated. He wants to cross the road, but no one is making way. I I am also a bit irritated as the bridge refuses to fall, giving me way. I will have to remain docked for long hours now in the muddied water on a murky evening. As such, I have no family to go to, like the humans. But isn't my longingness important too? I'm a sprightly ship, and sanguinely sailing is my essence. How does the world expect me to remain silently stranded in a sulking environment? Out of nowhere, the lights of the evening appear brightly, bringing joy to my lusterless being. Joy should fill in my cup too, and I shall sip it soon, merrily. There's a guiding light inside my soul. I realize and kiss the buoyancy of the waves that are dancing with the lights. Thank you. That was my poem.
Lovely, lovely. Full of optimism. What we need in our life today.
Everyone in every corner is looking for that little sliver of light, and optimism is so important no matter what state we are going through. So thank you for that little sliver of light. Thank you so much, Neelam. And we have Ejaz saying Juhi's looking awesome, but then she looks awesome always. And we have Gayatri Joshi saying outstanding to your poem, Neelam. Thank you for your poem again, and thank you to each one of you who've joined us, who will join us later. And
It is
I
also Gayatri Joshi's birthday today. So,
happy birthday, Gayatri Joshi.
Happy
many,
birthday,
many
Gayatri.
happy returns of the day, Gayatri.
Happy
And
birthday, Gayatri.
thank you for gifting us the gift of your presence during your birthday.
So, it's my turn to introduce the poem which Rupa shall be rendering now. 4 lines as usual. Tears that fall can cleanse the soul, like ocean waves that make us whole. In salty drops, soft truths we miss. There lies the gift of saline bliss. Rupa, what is this saline bliss though? Can you please render your poem about it?
Thank you so much, Neelam, once again for the four-liner as well as the introduction. And talking of bliss, bliss of every kind is available. I want to touch upon the saline bliss or the saline bliss, depending on how I pronounce it. So, saline droplets erupt from shattered heart that's weighing down soul, packing punches, oozing pain, grief, past baggage, pressure, wounded load, brimming under eyelids, overflowing tears, break, constricting dam, free roll, washing away regret remnants, make space anew for happiness on board. Myriad joys, memories old, euphoric experiences that took heavy toll, few forgotten, some suppressed, numerous nuggets, precious, priceless, to hoard, transform into tears, tearing down walls withholding snippets, time stole, gushing forth, unstoppable, tear bursts, work hard to relieve, afford. Unique blessing that smooths knots, resolves complexities, creator's sole goal. Liquid bliss, clean slates, revives uplifting times, men's relationships soared. Unique blessing that smooths knots, resolves complexities, the creator's sole goal. Liquid bliss, clean slates, revives uplifting times, men's relationships soared. Thank you so much. This was my poem. And thank you so much, Neelam, for the comment that it's a wonderful poem. Ejaz, thank you for God bless you all. Gayatri, you're welcome. Gayatri says outstanding. And I want to add one thing, which is very, very important. Literary Warriors Group is organizing its very own LitFest 3.0 at the College of Military Engineering, Dapodi, Pune, titled Bhasha and Beyond for all literature enthusiasts, wherein it is promised to have book launches, poetry workshops, panel discussions, art displays, and a plethora of cultural activities. So if you haven't registered, it isn't too late. Do join us on the 4th and 5th of October and step into a world of poetry, prose, culture, mingle with the other inkers like yourself, and teach something, learn something, or just share the joy. So over to you, Neelam, for anything you want to add about our event ahead in October, the first week.
Oh, I'm so excited, so excited. It's going to be a wonderful event. We had wonderful LitFest 1.0, 2.0, and we are moving on to 3.0. We've had about 200 entries for this event already, and some of the sections are still open, but most of the sections have closed now. So it is going to be very exciting. Please do join us.
Yeah, and ma'am, registration link is available on Book My Show and Townscript. So, like whatever to each their own, whatever platform they like, they can register, meet us. It is always good to network and meet the
Yeah,
poets
even
whom
I'll
we
be
have been seeing
available.
online. Yeah,
And if
Yeah,
yeah,
even
anyone
I'll
that,
be
has
that
any
available.
that's additional cherry
questions,
on the top.
and anyone with any questions or doubts may connect with anyone from Literary Warriors Group, and any one of us can help you or at least guide you to the right person who will tell you all the details and guide you how to register if you want to be part of it online or in person. So, any other comments before we call it a day or evening or night? So, Shail, let's start with you. Any comments, closing comments from you?
Yes. Firstly, I need to, you cannot start this forum or this platform or today's performance without the name of Neelam. As she had mentioned earlier before the talk started, we've known each other for ages, it seems. And she is the creator of this creativity, of this creative forum, which is one of the most popular forums in India and across the globe, the way the international guests are also coming in. So thank you very much for that, because you're leaving behind a legacy for people after us who will pick up these creative roots and plant saplings which will grow into big trees of creativity. So that's for you, Neelam. Then
Thank you.
Rupa,
Thank you. Hugs to you.
hugs to you too. Rupa, you've been a very charming host. You've added your tidbits in between, and that's made the program more entertaining, more informative, and more creative as well. And your poems, as I said, you're the rhyming queen. So, so thank you very much, Rupa.
Thank you, Shail.
Jyoti, yeah. Jyoti, you've come from across the miles, of course, Rupa too, but you've come across the miles. And when you stay there silent, it doesn't look that you have a plethora of emotions and thoughts within you. But when you start to speak, it's like you've always been doing this. So that's very good. That's something not everybody can do. Juhi, you are the youngest of the lot, and you carry a big responsibility, which you are, doing it with panache, if I may say. You have the enthusiasm to get this creative forum forward. So good for you, and all the very best. So that's what I can say.
And Shail, let's not miss out on you last but not the least. We maybe saved the best for the last. Someone with so much passion, articulation, emotion, and I think very contemporary thinking is an important value add to any platform. So having you was like having the sizzle to our platform while Neelam was changing the backgrounds continuously and giving it more color. Your voice and your rendition and your thoughts colored the event as well. Shail,
Needs
thank
to
you for
align,
that.
needs to align, yes.
Thank you very much. Kind of you. Thank you.
Any comments, Juhi, Neelam, Jyoti, before we call it
Yeah,
a day?
I would say something. I mean, yes, I'm youngest of the lot. It was International Poetry Meet, and you have joined across the borders. And I always feel that poetry conserves, and so did our event. I love the structure particularly. It started with a certain flow, like when just Jyoti ji started, wherein she came up with "I am the creator," and then me taking up the school days. Then she going to gender masiha. Then Neelam ma'am taking us to Hooghly River, and then you taking up. So it was all color coordinated, I must say. The dots were connected already before we could know that what we are going to present today. And I'm sure it was not pre-decided or anything. We just came up with it. We were not aware of each other's poetry, and this is the perfect thing to happen. And of course, the background colors, I'm loving it too.
Thank you, Juhi. Jyoti? Jyoti, you're mute.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good. Sorry.
So thank you very much for this platform. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, you guys are your pros at this. I am like, this is my second time only using this platform or any platform. So, but good luck, Neelam, for the Lit Fest. And
Thank you.
to everyone, just write on and enjoy to many, many more poetry meets, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. And you are as pro as anyone there is. And it may be your second time so far as numbers go, but your soul has been doing this forever. So, welcome aboard. And Neelam, over to you.
Thank you, Rupa. First of all, I would like to thank you for the enthusiasm of the meet, because you were the one setting the things, the flow, everything. So thanks to you, and for your lovely poems. Jyoti, it was a pleasure meeting you and listening to you. And we hope that you keep coming often. I hope Rupa keeps inviting you. And Shail, it's been more than 12 years that we've known each other. So,
Yes.
yeah. So let our friendship keep growing, and I've seen
yes.
you evolve as a poet. So every time you come up with something better, and that speaks huge about the growth. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Juhi, you are a darling. So yeah. So it was a wonderful meet, and we hope to have many more.
Thank you so much, Neelam. We absolutely will continue to rock and roll and shine light on issues that matter and celebrate moments that are equally important and touching to all of us. And thank you for everyone who joined in and who will be joining in. And Jyoti, Juhi, Shail, Neelam, thank you for adding color and the sparkle to the event today. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and good night to those where it is night or evening. Thank you. See you very soon once again. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye bye. Take care.